Continuing with the Tao Te Ching, the very first chapter, I have two more books that are particularly interesting. Of course, I have, as I said before, many translations of this, because this book has been one of my favorites for years. In fact, the person you may know of, Wayne Dyer, spent an entire year, once he started reading the Tao Te Ching, spent an entire year studying it and writing about it. He gave everything up, gave his clothes away, his home, his car, everything, and went to Hawaii just to spend time with the Tao Te Ching. And he wrote this book here. Change your thoughts, change your life. Living the wisdom of the Tao. And of course, it was a New York Times bestseller. And it is something we'll tell you about in a little while, how he actually does this. And then another book that's extremely powerful in this type of thing is this one, Tao, A New Way of Thinking. Interesting title, A New Way of Thinking. Now, what's interesting about this book, it also has its own translation, but it also has commentaries on it, which are sometimes quite long and worth reading. And they will also have notes on the commentary so you know some of where they come from. In fact, one of the people that they take from quite a lot is Martin Heidegger. Now, Martin Heidegger was a philosopher who was particularly interested in language. As you might expect, he would be interested in the Tao Te Ching because the Tao Te Ching was also interested in language, as we said before. So, what we have in these two books, first of all, one is by an Oriental author who takes up a Western thinker, Heidegger, and this is by a Western thinker who takes up an Oriental philosopher. So you have two opposite sides of the pole of cultures, both dealing with this book in their own way, and they are both dealing with it in a very powerful way. The reason for that is that the Tao Te Ching, once it gets into you, is an extremely powerful vehicle so that you don't live the way you used to live before you knew of the Tao Te Ching. Therefore, what we will do is to take a look at each of these books and learn from each something of how each of these thinkers, one Western and one Eastern, has taken the Tao, translated it, and commented on it, and then given advice on what we should do as those who want to be within the Tao. And you could also say, have the Tao within you. It's both ways. You're within the Tao, but that can't happen unless the Tao is also within you. So these are two ways to do this. So the next time we begin on the Tao, we will use these two books. First one I will start with is this one, A New Way of Thinking. And which refers to Heidegger. And I do have some Heidegger books because they are very interested in language, and I'm, of course, interested in language. And then the next one we'll do is the Wayne Dyer, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. That's his application of the Tao Te Ching.